What's going on, Tottenham community? My name is Leo Coys. I'm part of Colorado Spurs, and I'm a die-hard Tottenham Hotspur fan. And I'm joined with my homie, the one and only. If you haven't caught him on Parker's pitch, you could catch this guy right here live in the flesh on the only Tottenham Hotspur-related podcast that's 5,280 feet above sea level. Welcome to episode number 21. This is my High Hotspur. Parker, what's good, my homie? It's been a minute.
I know it's been a minute, man. First stream, first podcast of 2023. So
That's
yeah, I'm
true, bro.
excited. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to talk about Spurs again. So I mean, we got 2 wins on a streak. So yeah, I'm happy right now. How you doing?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing good, bro. One really good win and one unconvincingly all right win against Portsmouth. But, bro, I mean, a victory is a victory, no matter how you grind it out. The most important part is getting that W. I'm excited to be back streaming, dude. You know what I mean? It's been a long time. Definitely, we took a break for the World Cup, and then just circumstances of life. But now we're back in action. Parker, bro, like I said, it's nice to see you. We have an important game coming up, but talking about important, we have two important guests that we're going to bring on, making their second appearance on the show, each one. So without a doubt, I'm just going to bring the homies on. I'm going to bring them both on at the same time, but before we do that, I just want to give them a little intro. Get in, my homies. We got the homie Kyle from Milwaukee Spurs, and we got the homie Brent from Colorado Spurs. How are you? How are you, gentlemen, doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Big week. Got a big
You
mezcal
look
Negroni here.
fantastic, bro. That is a beautiful kit.
Right
Yes.
off the club's website. Shout out to my grandma for hooking me up night.
Shout out to Kyle's grandma. That's what we love here. I'm all house for
Nice one.
Brent, how you doing, brother?
Grandma's boy.
Hanging in, man. I'm actually feeling good about this week, despite how things have been lately. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I think we got it in us. So I can't wait for Sunday. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I don't mean to put you on blast, Brent, either, but you're looking hella good too, bro. That's a nice jersey there too, brother. You know what I mean? So would they say shout out to the Dallas Spurs, right?
Yeah. My mate got me this down from Dallas Spurs or whatever. We did a little trade, and so I thought I'd debut it today. I haven't worn it yet. So.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's
Yeah,
up. Big
what about
up.
me, man? I don't look good.
Parker, I already said what's up to you, bro. I mean, you look good, homie. But let's see your jersey. That frame in the background, homie, is on point. You look good, bro. Shout out to Amazon guy for dropping that off at Parker's house. It's like, nah, I can't let my co-host hang like that. My bad. You're right, bro. And of course, I mean, I guess I'm looking pretty good too, right? So we're all looking good. It's good. Yeah. Hey, you guys. So Parker said this at the beginning of the show, 2 games this year and 2 W's. Definitely a good way to start the year. I'll go with Brent real quick first before we go anywhere else. We play the Filth, bro, coming up in a couple of days. What a fucking bad time to come against them. What do you think, bro? They're hot. They're looking good. What are your opinions on that?
I think they're looking good. I hate saying that. Definitely maybe the best they've looked since we played them in 5 years, something like that, 6 years. But I don't know, man. I feel like the start that we got in January was exactly just kind of the stair step we need. And I think nobody should be underestimating us just based on past performance. Because I think with some of the guys we have coming back and whatnot, I think we can pull this off. So I don't know. I don't know why I feel good about it, but I feel good about it. So yeah.
No, you should feel good about it, bro. Parker, what about you, bro? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling, enthusiastic, or are you kind of
North
worried?
London derby? It's one of those things where, like, no matter what, like, form just goes out the window. It's like this is really where everyone just puts everything out on the pitch. So I mean, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna have, it's gonna just be everything pretty much. Most of the time, I feel just like upset during the North London derby, like because I'm just like every time they make a challenge, I'm just like, oh, I hate them so much.
I
So
fucking hate them so much too,
most
bro.
of it is anger when I'm watching North London Derby. But we lost the last one in October, so I think we're really going to try to get some revenge and avenge that loss
Yeah.
earlier this season. And we're at home, and a lot of the time, the winner is usually the home team when it comes to the North London Derby. So yeah, I'm feeling good actually. Kind of like Brent. Like I actually do feel pretty good about this, even though Arsenal are clearly in better form. But like I said, we won 2 games in a row. So yeah, we're looking good.
Kyle, what do you think, bro? Let us know a little bit what's going on, bro, behind those shades.
Well, I'm a bit of I think we're gonna lose every single game except against Arsenal. And I don't know why. And I think it's probably because I'm such a Tottenham fan that I can't visualize them winning a game. Like I think they're doing well this year. I think we're at the point of the season where the wheels fall off and they end up finishing 5th like they do every season. I mean, they drew against Newcastle, and Newcastle are a good side, but a club that wants to win a title, that wants to finish above the mighty Tottenham Hotspur, they finish clubs off like that. And then on Monday, I checked in with their game against Oxford, watched the entire first half because I have a fetish for seeing them lose. And they looked bang average with a sizable amount of their starters in the game. It looks like they're sort of coming off the rails a little bit. It's the same Arsenal mentality. It's in the fan base. It's in the players. It's in the management. It's club wide. They are a small-minded club, and they will come off the rails and sit in the Europa League next year. And that starts
Let's hope so.
on Sunday.
I hope so, bro. Yeah, that you got me on that train, bro. I feel the same way. I'm hoping their shit derails and ours starts to actually
I hope
gain some momentum
too. Like we beat them, and then all of a sudden Man City get the momentum, and then Arsenal just cry and get down on themselves because they lost North London Derby. And then they just, like Kyle said, they just keep going down and down and down. That's really the hope. That's the plan.
Right? Up on us with 3 games to go, and I ended up losing to us, and then Callum Wilson, the light of my life, sunk him down into the Europa League.
And it's
with a messed up tooth, bro. His tooth almost fell out that game too. Remember?
Shit.
I just want to say what's up to Bobby K. He tuned in and said what's up. At least gave us the knuckles. Scott M, big up, you guys. Hope you're doing well. Not feeling very hopeful for this game, but win, lose, or draw, fuck the scum. Yes, sir. Get in. Fuck the scum. Dave 19. Yes, I missed this. I'm happy it's back. Big up, guys. I hope this is good luck for the game. Coys. Yeah, we hope so too, man. Come on, you Spurs. And let's see here. We got Jacob. Big up, you two. It's been a minute. It has been a minute, you guys. It has been. So we're glad to be able to come back and say what's up. Get some streaming under the belt this year. And Ben Kaufman from the coffee company just popping in before I pass out to wish you guys a great stream. Big up, my homie. Big up to you. Big up, everybody. I've been tuning into Ben Kaufman's like morning. I don't know if he does it every morning, but on my ways to work, bro, I'll listen to it, right? And he's got his show where he talks about his a different stuff that comes up, but he's got a coffee shop out there in England. I'm assuming in the UK, and so you know who he is, right, Parker?
Yeah.
Nice. He's got a nice beard, bro, and you guys should check him out. I encourage you guys to go and check his channel out at the coffee company, Ben Kaufman. Definitely a good lad.
They ship overseas.
And
do they do shipping?
I actually hit him up about that the other day, bro. So I'm gonna wait to see what he says. He says I mean, we'll see what's up, bro. There's something maybe in the pipeline there because I don't know about you guys, but I mean I'm a fan of some good coffee. So
yeah, me too. I'll buy it.
We'll see. Let's see here. It's 7 a.m. our time, but like 2 p.m. for him. I think he meant to say p.m.
No, like the game.
Wait.
The game.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, he's corrected me. Yeah, it's 7 a.m. our time when he's on, and 2 p.m. for him. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you, Jacob.
his
That's how that is.
morning
Yeah,
clock.
because it's convenient, bro. Because like I'm on my way to work, bro, drinking my coffee and just getting and it's not football talk. It's like coffee shop talk. You know what I mean? So it's
Like
different, bro. It's
politics
dope.
and like stuff like that, or what kind of like coffee talk?
You
are you-
just have to check it out, bro. You just have to check it out, homie.
Well,
Anyways, you guys, my opinion on this game that we got here real quick. Coffee time. Yeah, see, and the man himself said he's working on it. Take your time, bro. Take your time. Whenever you get back to me, you get back to me. It's all good, brother. Um, so yeah, it's called Coffee Time. So check that out. And of course, too, check out the homies at United Spurs of America. You know what, dude? I usually do this at the beginning of the show, and it's been a while, so I kind of like went out of order. Let me just go ahead and do this real quick, you guys. Bear with me. Of course, as you guys know, we do have an Instagram page. Some of you guys are follow us on Instagram at Mile High Hotspur. And we're also on Twitter at Mile High Hotspur. We have a Patreon page that's scrolling across the bottom at patreon.com/Mile High Hotspur. There's 3 different tiers. You can be part of the Mile High Club, which is a pretty fancy club, right? You could be part of the Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is, well, everybody loves the side of some Twin Peaks. And there's also the Mount Elbert, which is Colorado's highest mountain, Kyle. Unless you didn't know, there's a mountain called Mount Elbert. It's 14,434 feet above sea level, bro. So if you're afraid of heights, that's one way you could, conquer that fear, bro, is by joining that tier. We also do always want to shout out a lot of people. We shout out Clayton Sherman. We shout out THFC Till I Die, the United Spurs of America, the 3 Spurs Boys, Tottenham on Tour, the Irish Hotspur, Flat Cap Euro Talk, Talking Ball, at Digital Spurs. Kyle, I know you know who Digital Spurs is. He puts out a bunch of dope stuff, bro. So we want to always shout him out. Of course, Brent and the Colorado Spurs, yourself, the Milwaukee Spurs, the Charlotte Spurs, Mobile Spurs, Memphis Spurs, Minneapolis Spurs, Maine Spurs, the Tucson Spurs, Austin Spurs, and any other goddamn Spurs fan out there, bro. We shout you out.
The Colorado Spurs for sure. Double shout out.
Yeah. That was a lot, bro. Yeah. So big up to everybody that tunes in. We just want to say what's up to everybody. And he put it out there right now. The coffee company is his channel. So if you guys haven't, you guys should definitely give the man a listen. He's doing it, bro. So yeah, you guys, my opinion on the game coming up is, like Parker said, form goes out of the window when we play against these idiots. It's all about, who wants to really represent for the badge, dude. And man, I sure miss the Lamela for these games. You know what I mean? A dude that always, knew what it felt like to play against these guys. So yeah, we'll just have to see. It's gonna be. I am glad that it is a little bit of a later kickoff. It's not, a 5:30. It's not a 7:30. It's a 9:30 kickoff. So I'm a little bit happy for that. That means I don't have to drink too early. Because when I drink a little too early, I end up having a hangover by like 2 p.m., dude, and I'm just like, damn. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
You missed work.
I was gonna say there's something wrong with drinking too early.
No, there's nothing wrong with it,
5:30
bro. It's just I,
a.m.
for some reason, end up taking a nap after I get back from the pub, and I wake up with a hangover. Even I mean, that's just how it goes. But yeah, I'm glad it's a later kickoff. Guys, this is the 168th version of this game. Crazy. Parker, any thoughts, bro? What's going on over there with you, homie? What you got to add to the conversation?
Well, I do know Harry Kane loves a North London derby, so I think you can go ahead and guarantee at least one goal from Harry Kane. That's what I'm thinking right now. Yeah, and I'm also thinking about some transfers coming up.
Yeah. Well, we'll dive into some transfers here in a little bit. You brought up a good point, Parker. Harry Kane, he's getting near that goal record. Kyle, I think you're the one that told me. Is it going to be 200 if he scores 2 of them? It'll be 200 for Premier League.
he either ties or breaks Jimmy Greaves' all-time Tottenham scoring record and hits 200 Premier League goals all in one go if he scores a brace at the weekend.
Oh my God, how fucking lovely would that be, Brent?
It's written in the stars. It's written in the
Derby
stars.
too. That would be the way to do it.
We're lucky to have him.
Yeah. So he is the all-time. I was actually looking at the North London Derby, just different fixture stats, and yeah, of course, Harry Kane by far, 14 goals. You got. Does anybody have a guess as to who is the second highest
I
goal
know who it
scorer?
is. I know who it is.
Adebayor.
Okay,
It's Adebayor.
Adebayor.
Okay.
It is Adebayor with 8. Yeah. Harry Kane with 14.
Just because he
I
played
think
for both teams, Adebayor, so he was able to get,
But did he score against the Filth when he played with us? I think he did, right?
I mean, surely he wouldn't have scored 11 goals against us for Arsenal.
That's true. I have one question that you guys may or may not know. Do you know who has the most yellow cards, tied the most yellow cards in a North London derby? It's one current player for either team. I'm not gonna say which team, and it's an ex-player.
Well,
Granit Xhaka.
Granit Xhaka is tied with one player, so it narrows it down now. So it's obviously a Tottenham player that doesn't play for us anymore, but he's tied with Granit Xhaka.
Let me
You
think.
look at the terrible twats.
I know my guess.
You got to go with people like Lamella.
Coco Lamella is going to be my guess.
Gaza.
Shithouse. You got to think of a shithouse.
Yeah, just the worst.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You guys got it.
Maybe
Lamella.
maybe Robbie Keane.
No, it's Coco Lamella.
It is okay.
So
definitely shithouse.
Let's see here. By the way, Leo, it's Kellum just on my dad's phone. What's up, homie? Big shout out to the homie Kellum. He's a huge supporter of the pod, huge supporter of the channel, and he's my friend, bro. I talk to this dude on a daily now. He's a cool young lad from the UK. Big up to you, my homie. It's past your bedtime. You gotta go to bed.
From the UK, it's like 1 in the morning there. Jeez.
School in the morning.
Hey, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like he'll text me like, "Hey, bro, when are you streaming?" Like, because he's got to stay up late and watch it. So big up to you, my homie. Harry Kane gets 1 goal. He's got the same as Jimmy Greaves or Gummy Greaves. We'll just call him Gummy Greaves, and 2 goals to go in front. Yeah, that's
that one
Gummy Greaves. Yeah.
Gummy Greaves.
I think maybe his autocorrect just put that Gummy Greaves,
Kane
but
Gummy. I'm just kidding.
So any expectations, Kyle, for this game? Like, what do you I already asked you what you thought, but like, what are you expecting, bro? Are you expecting Tottenham to can I kind of ask maybe like what type of lineup are you kind of seeing? Are you seeing any type of new faces? Could this be like a miraculous week where we just see Jed Spence bombing up the right flank? You know what I mean? Or
in front of me, you're gonna get me going. It's way too early for me to get bricked up like that, thinking of Jets.
Nah, let's get it, homie.
Man, I wish. I mean, I know. I don't know why. I mean, I really think that we're gonna see a back 5 of Perisic, Dyer, Romero, maybe Ben Davies. And then I think on the right, he's been going in bigger situations recently with Doherty. I'd love to see Jed Spence play. Oh my God, would I love it. I think our midfield is going to be a pivot of Højbjerg and Skip. And I think up top, we'll probably go Kane, Son, and then I haven't seen Kulusevski back in training yet, so I think it's going to be Brian Heel. And I think what's going to happen. I think we're going to go down by 2. I think we are. Tottenham, noted second half club. I think that I think we end up pulling it out, maybe 2-2, 2-3. Maybe Kane gets a hat trick. Maybe Heel gets his first goal for the club. But
I hope so.
That would be epic, bro.
I think it's going to be a little bit more high scoring than previous North London derbies because we've kind of looked wank recently.
I agree, but I think Langley is probably gonna be in that back 3 instead of Davies. I think Conte just really prefers Langley at this point.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I do too.
Yeah.
Ben Davies is a great goal line defender, but I don't think he can play a ball as well as Longley, and that's kind of what we need, especially if we use Romero on the other side.
Did he not play Lenglet in the middle the last game or the game before last or something like that? How did you guys Brent, did you catch any of that or am I mistaken?
I watched
I
it.
thought he was playing in the middle.
That sounds like it'd be weird, but you might be right. I don't remember where he was in it, honestly.
He might have just made a forward line or something.
I can look it up.
No, I thought I seen, but I could be wrong. I thought I seen that, but I mean,
Was that the one where Dyer sat and then Romero wasn't back yet, right? So
yeah, I think so. I think Romero wasn't just necessarily back yet, and he actually played Dyer at that right center back, Lenglet in the middle, and then I think I could be tripping, dude. And then Davies on the left center back.
Didn't Tanganga come back in one of them?
I think that might have been what it was. Who knows? But
no, he's right.
Regardless of the team that we put out, Brent, they have to do something, bro. Okay, here we go. The homie Scott came through. Lenglet was in the middle when Dyer sat. Okay. So I thought I seen it. So yeah, big up. Thank you there, Scott. And I mean, we ended up winning. You know what I mean? I don't know which one of those games it was when Dyer was out. Was it the first game of the year?
Yeah.
When we played against the Villa. Yeah.
No, it would have been the second because the first one is where he bungled the ball back off a shin, and then they got the corner and they scored. So
that's right. Another fucking Eric Dyer moment.
I'm so glad I didn't watch that game.
Oh my god.
Damn glad. I really almost made it though. I went to sleep at about 6:30 a.m. on New Year's Day.
The Villa game we lost.
Sleeping with a Red Bull.
That's right. The Villa game we lost. That's right. Yep. God damn it, Scott! You had to remind me.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, you had to remind me. I thought we won that game for some reason.
Get him out of here.
Well, I mean, but if it's fair, bro, leave it up to Scott to kill the to rain on the parade. He's generally known around the YouTube community as being the most just like black cloud person around, bro. So nah, but he's a good lad too. He's actually been on our show a few times. If you guys haven't caught it, see, he goes with a smiley face. Yeah, so I'm hoping, dude. Do you guys watch Expressions Oozing?
I do. I will follow him on Twitter.
So X has like this thing where he talks about Conte just being really stubborn with Jed Spence, and like even though Jed Spence might be like better than what we have, he's just not gonna fucking play him because he wants his people to be playing, and that's just like the way of him being stubborn and trying to get his point across. Parker,
yeah,
do you think at some point Conte's got to just, is he the type of person that one day he's just gonna swallow his pride and play that kid, or are we just
no?
It's also come out in recent days that like he's a fucking professional. Like he understands what's really going on. Like he understands he's not the preferred person for some odd reason. And I think Ali Gold said like this kid is just showing like a maturity like just above like his age,
and deleted everything like he was 15. So I don't know about that, but I do know that Conte is.
I was in protest for something else though, bro. I remember I told you that, but that was a protest. A lot of young English players actually ended up doing that. It wasn't just him.
Squad or something.
No, it was just something that they had going.
Somebody did that didn't make the squad. It was somebody on Manchester United. I can't remember. Anyway, but I think we know Conte. Like he's been the same way, no matter what team he plays. Like he's not, a manager that has a whole lot of patience, and he's not going to wait for a player to like improve. Like. I want this to happen now kind of thing. And I don't think he's going to wait on Spence. I don't think he's ever going to play him as long as Conte's there. And I don't know if really I'm kind of leaning towards Conte is definitely going to leave. And it kind of depends right now. What's going on with the cameras? They keep switching. But anyway, I think it depends kind of on if we do sell the club, because there are some talks about selling the club right now, and I think if Conte thinks okay, now we have like a decent amount of money and I can be backed, I might stay now. That's just like a possibility, and I think if we win the FA Cup, then he might stay too. But I think those are the only two reasons why he would stay. Either the club gets sold or we win the FA Cup. So that's the only two reasons. Otherwise, he's leaving for sure. Then Spence, could have a chance next year. So
I just like we're supposed to be waiting, or Conte's not supposed to like wait for players to get better, but
yeah.
That doesn't make any sense why he still keeps playing that useless sack of shite Emerson Royale every week.
Yeah.
Every time I hear Big 12 on the board in green, it sinks my heart.
It's definitely, yeah.
Oh, it's your internet, bro. It's mine.
How many? Wait, are there two of you now? What's going on right now?
I don't know what's going on. There's only one of me. You know what happened, bro? This is what happens when you get a bunch of Mexicans in the same house, all using the same Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's like that router is just like.
So,
Shit
Leo,
happens, bro.
do you think that what do you think the possibility that Conte signs again this summer? What are the chances?
It's fucking. Oh my
Very
god! Now you got me going like Kyle. Don't get me started now, bro. Dude. Again, I'm hearing that like he's happy at the club. He's not gonna leave until he wins a trophy.
Nice.
And then you hear this shit like like the whole Juventus like job opening and stuff like that. So, I mean, my heart tells me that like I want Conte to succeed with us because he's the guy that's gonna hopefully lead us to the promised land. And my feeling of this kind of ties into something Brent and I were talking before the stream, where we'll dive into a little bit later. But the future is kind of like not just for Conte but for the club is kind of we're teetering on maybe a percentage being bought by somebody, maybe not. So if that does happen and there's more money, then maybe he'll get more players. I mean, dude, it's just something where I have to be like I just have to be patient, bro. And I hate this. Like, I hate saying this to you guys. I hate saying this to all my fellow Spurs colleagues and fellow Spurs fans, because it's like everybody is out of patience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, especially this man right here.
We need something this January, right? Because this is kind of like where we were last year, kind of at the same spot. Like we had January coming up. We just got Conte. Like Conte, said, I know a couple players, Benton Kulusevski. We got him and they saved our season. So it's almost like we need to do that again this January, or he's definitely out. And
yeah, I'm gonna hold my judgment, Parker, until this window shuts closed. I've been telling people that since the summer. I was like, hold on, let's wait till January. I know I've said this on plenty of streams. I'm gonna wait until January's closed, and if we don't get anybody through the door, bro, then I'm gonna be one of those people that's banging on that shit too. You know what I mean? Stuff like this, bro. We want Levy out. We want Levy out. I'm already saying that, bro. You know what I mean? I already went on air and saying I'm Levy out, bro. When before Parker, you and I both know, bro. We've always been like just not Levy in, not Levy out. We've just been let that shit simmer. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say nothing about the people that want him out. I'm not gonna say anything about the people that want him in. And I mean. Look, we were gonna come to this conversation before. We talked a little bit about the North London Derby, but now this topic is here, you guys. So we're gonna all talk about this, but I'm gonna go first, and I'm just gonna say, yeah, come the end of January, if there's not any new signings, bro, if there's not maybe a Kane signing an extension or Conte signing an extension, I don't care which one of those two dominoes has to fall first, or we get some players that show something, then yeah, I'm gonna have to get with Brian Daigle and we're gonna have to be chatting like this channel is gonna be majorly Levy out. You know what I mean? So I mean, he says, "Hey, get out of our club, Daniel Levy, get out of our club." I've been seeing stuff like that. You know what I mean? And like I've always given for example, Dago, every time he comes on our stream, every time he's been on our stream, every time he's in our comments, and he says that, I respect it, bro. I've always never been like, hey, don't bring that across, because I want to know, like, I want to have, like, I don't want to be on the fence anymore, bro. And come January, the end of January, that fence is like, I'm gonna be on one side or the other. So it's up to Tottenham to show me what
Like,
really goes down. What do you
you've
think,
heard of
Parker?
you've heard of like the FIFA fair play and everything like that, and how we have a certain spending limit until they come knocking on our door saying can't do this. We're so far
We have
behind.
so much money. We have so much money, bro.
We could
Before
spend
that happens,
I don't even know the number, but we're so far behind even getting close to that number, and it's just not good enough. It's not enough, And I said this, I think, before the stream started, that we're being treated like customers, not like fans. It's like he just wants our money to invest in himself. It's an investment club. It's not, a club that's trying to win trophies. I think Conte even said it in an interview that he's like, this club just doesn't want to win trophies or something like that, to that extent. I don't know. But I just don't see Conte staying, and he's definitely leaving at the end of the summer, because nothing's going to change. You're expecting something to change in January or this month, but it's been the same way for years and years and years and years. It's not going to change.
We got to remember, like, we got fucking really lucky last year that the Kulu and Bentancur thing worked out. I mean, nobody thought it was going to work out like that. And like you said before, Leo, literally changed the season, changed the club, and we're back. Changed the season, changed the club, and we can't expect that every January. That's going to happen. So this January, let's say even if we do pull in some players, we do spend some money, the chance that it has that kind of effect on the team right now, like, to me, the biggest thing with whether Conte stays and all that, and it's kind of a weird thing. We need Sonny to show the fuck back up, because if he doesn't show back up and Kane's trying to do it alone with Kulu and Richie, if Richie ever gets healthy again, I don't know. I think it's excellent. I think if Sonny gets healthy and we start playing up to our paper, playing the way we're supposed to play, then maybe the results start coming in. And I think he's an emotional guy. I don't think he's going to decide until May or June. I don't think he'll even have it in his mind. If you were to ask him, he doesn't even know. So the only way I think that he can be persuaded is spending a little money either in January or some kind of, promise that he really believes that we're going to spend this summer. And then also we need the players that we do have to start showing up right now and making sure that it doesn't go really tits up between now and then, because if it goes tits up between now and then it doesn't even matter if we spend the money or not. Like, he's going to be like, I'm not going to be here to manage an 8th place team. That's not what he's here for. So I want Sonny to show back up, and I think it would help a lot of things. So
yeah, I'm glad he got a goal the other day.
That was huge. It was huge. Yeah.
That shit don't fucking count, man. He should have been scoring goals since then. That was a consolation goal. I hope it did. I hope it did help him. Kyle, what do you think, bro?
That's all it takes.
I mean, I've been waiting on Levy to do something for 20 years. Yeah. I think it was 2003, so I'd have been 6 or 7 when he took over the club. And I'm just waiting, just sitting there waiting for him to finally get the let out. I mean, we're the top 10 most valuable club in the world, and yet we're still nickel and diming clubs like Sporting over £5 million for Pedro Porro. It's like, it's basically the same thing as me going out to, I don't know, billions versus 45 million. That's like me going out to buy a television and me trying to haggle down the price of a $500 television to $300. It's just not going to happen. You need a right wing back who can actually play the game of football. So just spend the goddamn money. I mean, all the Liverpool fans always talk about how FSG are the second coming of Satan, but it's like they went out and they spent like $100 million something on Van Dijk, and then they won a league title. Like, we don't need that many things. We have possibly the best number 9 in the world. We have Son, who is unstoppable on his day. Kulusevski is the best winger in world football. Bentancur is the reason. Like we've got these players who can score and create chances and win things.
I think we need a leader.
I mean, I've said it. I don't know what kind of grip Hugo Lloris has on Joe Louis and Daniel Levy's balls, but I don't know why he's like. Obviously, we don't get to see into the locker room, and I don't think Harry Kane's that much of a leader that you'd want.
No,
but I don't know why Hugo Lloris is still our captain. I mean, he was stripped of his captaincy when he got that drink driving charge like 3-4 years ago, and then he just sort of came back into the squad like nothing happened.
I mean, and Harry Kane isn't a leader either. I mean, I think he tries to, though. He's always like in the huddle trying to be like, let's go, guys. But it's like, dude, we need somebody a little bit more like
get a player like Højbjerg, put the armband on.
Højbjerg. Even as like dubious as his play has been, where I want Eric Dyer playing in the North London derby this weekend. Even with the mistakes he's made or whatever, he has the right like fire and attitude. He's out there and he's fucking leading for us. So I like that. Now, granted, his turn here is probably about over or whatever, but somebody like him. We need somebody like that who, is maybe on their ascension instead of being on the descension like Dyer is or whatever. So I think that's maybe Højbjerg might be a good choice actually. Yeah.
We need a hard-nosed twat who loves the club. And Højbjerg screams that. I mean, you might think of Romero, but he'll always choose Argentina over Tottenham the same way that Kane always chooses England over Tottenham. Like,
yeah. I don't think Romero.
Let me ask you a question real fast, though, bro. You said you don't think if Real Madrid were to come knocking for Højbjerg, he wouldn't just up and leave? You don't think if like Man United put in a bid for Højbjerg, he wouldn't just get up and leave? Do you think he's indebted? Do you think like he feels the love for the club?
I think so. Like, well, you haven't seen any rumors like that. And I think that kind of speaks to his character, where his agent, whenever a transfer rumor comes out, it's a couple things. It's either the club that somebody is owned by trying to increase his price by getting all these clubs coming in for him, the club who wants to buy him just outright stating their interest in him to like push across a move, or it's the agent trying to drum up something possibly for the agent's benefit, or the player wants to leave and just won't go out and say it publicly. I've never seen a rumor about Højbjerg going anywhere. Like, I don't think other clubs know that he exists. And that could be what's happening, or he could just love the fabric of the club. I mean, he's a young Danish player. He probably started watching Tottenham when Christian Eriksen arrived at the club. There's no reason, and he starts every week. He plays very well. Like, there's no reason for him to cause a stir. I mean, we're in the Champions League, which is something I think a lot of people have forgotten about since the World Cup, is that, like, we're playing Milan, who are a good side, but on our day, like, we're pretty good making deep cup runs. I mean, the prime, like, Desk era, Dele, Eriksen, Son, and Kane, we would run to the FA Cup semifinals every single season. I think we did it in back-to-back years, and we just needed that extra bit of quality, or a midfielder who knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
But we're a good club. We just need a couple more things. Like, we don't need Qatari sports investment coming in and assisting the Saudis in slaying Yemeni children to win a title. Like, we can do it as we stand right now.
We don't need to spend like 400 million. We just need to spend like 100 million.
150.
Which we have.
This window was like this past summer window. We brought in 7 players, and like, we've been good. Like, Perisic is up there leading. Like, he's almost on top. He could even be the top assister in the league. You look at a player like Longley, who we signed on loan. He's been solid for us. Richarlison, when he has been healthy, has been either dog shit for us and exists offsides clinically, or he's just been using his big blonde dome to score screamers. Like, you look at all these players we've signed, and then the emergence of players like I think Skip's kind of been pretty poor this year, but Brian Hill's done really good when his limited minutes. He's, in my opinion, the reason we won our Champions League group, because he tracked all the way back and was basically playing left back. He lost the ball, won it back, passed it to Kane, who sent it through the Højbjerg, and that's how we won the Champions League group. But we have a good side. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. It almost certainly isn't. I don't think we're going to win anything this year because, 2009 is a really long time ago. I was in middle school, but we have the fabric at the club. We just need a little bit more. We need to have Levy get the let out and pay the money for Pedro Porro. We probably need another central defender to play in the middle when Dyer decides he doesn't know how to use his feet anymore. But we can do so many good things. It's just whether or not anybody at the club wants to do it.
Yeah.
Because we generate so much revenue. We have this beautiful stadium. We have one of the world's best training facilities. There's no reason why any good, decent young player wouldn't want to come play for us. It's all about paying them and paying the club.
And it's Levy's like, oh, we're too far in debt or whatever because of stadium, so we got to hold back.
That never made.
But that's all bullshit, bro.
That whole thing was delayed
bullshit.
50 times, and it increased the price of the stadium by £250 million. And I have no idea why.
Ticket prices are out the roof or whatever.
Well, they're one of the most expensive ones, if not the most expensive
in the world. Like the highest per match ticket prices in the world.
Yeah.
Well, I've said this before, Parker. Remember, we have the most followers on TikTok, which that generates money. You know what I mean? We have the most supporter clubs in the United States, and for any other Premier League club. We have the most expensive replica shirt. We have the most expensive season ticket. But yet our fucking payroll is like half of what Manchester City's is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And our owner lives out in the Bahamas where he doesn't have to pay taxes because he's a goddamn crook.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Joe Lewis.
Joe Lewis. But the Bahamas,
yeah, that's true. That's a good point there too, Kyle. You make a really good point.
If anything, he should invest more into us because he doesn't pay taxes.
Well, that's why I don't want them motherfuckers in charge of our club, bro.
Yeah.
We're turning it. This episode 21 of the Mile High Hotspur podcast, we turn Leo into the biggest Levy out man on the planet.
No, it's not this episode, bro. It's just it's like a big heap of shit, bro. It's just a bunch of dominoes that have been falling, and I'm just like, bro, I'm not gonna judge until the end of the window. That's it. Come the end of the window, Kyle. If you and I talk, bro, I'm gonna be converting you to a Levy out. You know what I mean?
Don't expect anything this January.
It could always be worse. You could be a fan of Chelsea,
that is true.
Who are run by. I saw a picture of him today. I think it was when they signed Aubameyang, or no, it was when they signed Graham Potter.
Terrible signing.
Todd Bowley looks like an absolute wanker in that picture. He's wearing a full suit with a fucking baseball cap. I mean. Speaking of a London derby, there was the big West London derby today, and our boy, our son, Carlos Vinicius, sank those dirty blues down into the ocean. Oh God,
that's funny.
Great. I'm so happy to see him. He was happy about that, wasn't he? Yeah, just the
dude.
I still remember.
Is that his first goal this year?
I think
yes,
so.
It is.
One of my favorite Tottenham moments of all time was when Carlos Vinicius smacked it in. I've never seen a ball hit harder in my life. From about a half yard out to put us up 5-1 against Marine and celebrated like he won the Champions League.
That's funny.
Guys,
is he Brazilian?
Oh yeah.
He is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have just a couple football cards that one of my old colleagues collected cards, and he knew I was a Tottenham fan, so he gave me some, and I have a Vinicius card in my car.
Nice.
But he just a random card he had.
The dude is Diet Richarlison, he's so funny. I don't know what it is. I was looking through my old tweets this week, And I remembered when 2 players signed for the club. It was Vincent Janssen and Georges Kevin Nkudu.
Jeez.
Those are the kind of guys I want at the club, at least in terms of attitude, because I'm pretty sure like Vincent Janssen is the kind of guy who would design his own custom banner with like a bunch of flames on it and the Tottenham emoji and get it tattooed all over his body. And Georges Kevin Nkudu is just he's just funny. But like those guys would die for the club. I mean, we had Nkudu up in a hotel for a month before. Like everybody knew he was coming to the club. Everybody knew he'd already signed. But Dan Levy kept him in a damn hotel when he signed for a month because they couldn't agree on a fee.
I have a question for you guys. Brent, what's your favorite all-time January transfer?
I mean, it's hard to think past the last one, any of them being better. As far as favorites, I don't know. I mean, I just think of that one when I think of them. I mean, obviously, you know, as mediocre as Mora has been, it was actually like a big one for us as it turned out for the 2 years there. Like he obviously had his moments, so that was big. But before that, like my memory is always being just completely underwhelmed, like enough to where like I was like, oh, like we're bringing guys in. I'm having to look them up and figure out who they are and where they played in France, basically. You know, like it's like so. I've just always been underwhelmed by it. What about you guys?
Okay. Let me hit transfer mark to see who we've signed in the January window.
The January transfers that we've had in the past right now. I just can't think of them, but
because I almost was positive that Robbie Keane was one of them, but we signed him in the summer.
He was? I thought he was a transfer too.
I mean, I'm pretty. His second stint was definitely. I'm trying to think of one that I can actually remember. Let's see, transfer.
My favorite one is Rafael van der Vaart. Plain and simple.
I thought that was before. I thought that was a summer deal.
No, that was a January deal, bro. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. And it's because of Rafael van der Vaart, bro, that I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan, bro. The way that he used to play with Peter Crouch, you know what I mean, and just. Oh my God, bro! It was lovely. I was watching Spurs for like 2 years before I was like, this is my club. I would watch, you know, with my homies. I would watch a bunch of different games, bro. And a lot of my, like I've told the story before. A lot of my friends are like Manchester. Well, people I used to hang out with back then are like Manchester United fans, Chelsea fans, a couple of Gooners, and not one of them was a Spurs fan. And we always used to watch games together. And I would watch these guys play, and I'm like, yeah, why everybody likes these other teams, bro. I was always like kind of just gravitated towards the Spurs. It was, I mean, and it's kind of funny, you know, it's cliche when people say, oh, I didn't find my club found me. I mean, for the most part, that's kind of how it happened. And Rafael van der Vaart plays a big part in that. So that's why I really like Rafael van der Vaart.
What do you guys think about Brian Hill right now? Do you think he's got what it takes, or you think maybe he's not quite there? He kind of reminds me of Almiron because he's like really quick and like kind of like small, kind of, and he can just. I think he just has a lot of energy, you know, like Almiron does.
He's real quick, and he obviously has talent, but he needs to. I mean, it's kind of he reminds me a lot of a young Sessegnon when we signed him from Fulham. Like he was a stick, an absolute twig, and we sent him out to Hoffenheim, I believe it was, out in the Bundesliga. He just got jacked. Like he was big.
And there's posts. I mean, he's hitting the gym hard. Like he's trying, man. But I just don't know if like he physically, his body is even capable.
Just take the ball off him so easily, you know.
Well, you know, I mean, he's even if he gains like 10% of his overall mass, that would be like 14 pounds or something. So I mean, like he's just
young, but he's also really good on the ball.
you know what? Like before the last two matches, I'd started to lose kind of faith. Like, I'm glad to have him on the bench. I'm glad we have somebody because we literally had nobody to play in the offensive third with everybody being hurt. But the last two matches, I was like, okay, there's something there. There's something. So I agree with what Kyle said. It might be to the benefit of everybody involved. Like loan him out again, making sure he's playing every match. Because obviously, once Richie gets back and Cooler healthy, like he's not going to see the pitch. So let's make sure he's still getting that time. And I can let him keep drinking those protein shakes.
So, I want to see Hill playing like a CAM role, like a you know what I mean, like a cam role. Because I know like it's not really what Conte likes. I know, but. I would like to see, a front three and then also Hill in the, like a CAM.
We did definitely forget maybe our best January business of all time, though.
What's that?
Big Dele Alli.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
We did loan him back.
We put back on loan, didn't we?
We sent him back on loan for the rest of the year, but he was a January.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, technically, it was. Yeah.
Hard to argue against that.
Good stuff there. Good memory.
It was right after he ate up Manchester United and went back for seconds. Didn't leave a scrap on that plate. Yep. $5 million, probably the best $5 million we've ever spent.
Yeah, well, all
easily
paid for him.
How much did we sell him to Everton for? Did we make?
Well,
I think we gave him away, bro. I think we gave him away, bro.
Nothing. We just let him go. There was a bunch of like shit in the deal to where if they actually played him, they'd have
a bunch of clauses.
Him, but I think he only played like 5 games for him. I don't think we got a dime for the guy.
You know what? I think though when he went to Turkey, I think we got a piece of that, or did they just send him to Turkey and they didn't get anything for sending him to Turkey?
He's on loan.
He's on loan.
He's on loan.
Okay, all right. I thought
he's basically been booed out of that team too.
Yeah.
That breaks my heart seeing him like that because he was.
It's all on him. And if he wanted to work hard, he could have stayed at that level, and he chose to not. So don't feel bad for him. There's plenty of other footballers that are working hard right now, and that are.
I mean,
Brian Hill. Hopefully, it was one of them.
That is a shitty story, though, bro. That is a shitty. That's like one of those like 30 for 30 documentaries on ESPN. And like, I can only imagine seeing that like in 10 years. The Dele Alli 30 for 30, like how the dude just had it all and just like. I mean, I blame it on Fortnite. You know what I mean? Fortnite came out and he started streaming, and it was all downhill from there.
That's the first time ever Fortnite has ruined the career of a professional footballer.
Dude, no, probably a girl. He probably stayed up all night with a girl and shit, and like missed.
Well, he was with Pep's daughter, bro. I don't know if he still is, but I know he was.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah, I doubt that they're still together. Who would want to be with a fucking loser like Dele Alli?
Well, I mean, he's not a loser, bro. He's just not a good footballer anymore. I don't know. He's just like you said. He just
work hard. He's a loser.
I gotta ask you, how do you guys feel about Oliver Skip? Because
I want to say something about Oliver Skip. I like him. I really do, and I think because he's not a flair player. He's not going to go out there and just like wow you and be like, oh my god, did you just see that? Like he does the dirty work. He's going to do everything that nobody else wants to do. And he's only 21 or 22. It's just, and he's had a lot of time off with that injury. And I think he just needs, some game time. He just needs some couple games under his belt. He'll get back into form, and he's going to be that solid, midfielder that we knew last year, at least part of last season. What do you guys think?
I was really expecting players like him and Sessegnon and maybe even Spence, like all the players who didn't go to the World Cup. I think because I talked about specifically Skip with the president of Milwaukee Spurs, Mort. And we like he is big on Skip, big, like going to be the next world star. And I think Oliver Skip will be a solid first team midfielder for a team like Crystal Palace in 5 or 6 years. I don't think he has the ceiling that a player like. I don't think he'll ever be as good as Højbjerg is right now. Like,
look at this comment.
yeah,
it's
precisely.
way better than
Pretty
Winks.
much.
Skip this
I
week
don't even know
2.0.
where
No, I
is
disagree.
Harry Winks playing for Sampdoria right now? Like,
He's had some like terrible
seen the
injury
pitch?
stuff, hasn't he? Like
Skip just needs some time under his belt. You guys saw those passes he made like in the beginning, like preseason 2 years or a year ago or whatever. Like
he's a good
Dude,
player, but
he
this
is
season
a
I
decent
feel
player.
like is really make or
not
break.
Winks at
for him.
all. Oh, he's nothing.
I agree. I remember at the beginning of the season, us sitting at the pub watching, and like I was actually saying to people, I was like, okay, explain to me why people think that he is going to be a good player for us, because I'm watching it and I just do not get it. And then it happened though. Like in September, he had like a stretch of like 4 matches where it's like, okay, that's what he does. That is what Skip does. He's good at it. But then he got hurt again, lost his place, and then like anytime he plays, I'm back to thinking, okay, I don't understand what he does well. Like
He's out of form, man.
Yeah.
He is. He needs more time. He needs more
Jacob.
playing time, not more time like year wise. Like he just needs more minutes.
I think he
Jacob
should be,
asks, what has Skip actually done with Spurs? And I don't really think he's done much with Spurs. I think it's more like what he did with Norwich that like we kind of hope he replicates for us. I mean, at least in my opinion. And he's not going to really get that much game time unless Bentancur and Højbjerg, one of the two, unfortunately, is injured. What do you guys think, Brent?
It's a team game. Like not everyone's going to create goals and score goals.
Well,
it's not always just all about that. He plays defense. He he can link up the attacking players too. He can pass the ball across the entire field. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, he has another problem now too. It's not only trying to find time with Højbjerg and Bentancur playing, but
the new guy
with Mr. Sarr showing up or whatever. I'm immediately like throw him in before Skip any day. I've seen him get him on the pitch. So he looked great last year. I mean, considering he's just getting going, he's got to figure it out. But I was super impressed with Sarr. So I'd much rather spend our time now with him and let Skip go the way of Winks. I think what Kyle said is perfect. He definitely could start for a Crystal Palace, for a Fulham, for us, somebody kind of in that area. But I don't know. I think maybe he missed the boat for us. I'm also not sure our system really is helpful to him either.
You need a defensive midfielder, no matter what team you are, right?
Yeah, he would play better in a system like what we played with Poch.
Yeah,
like not like the 4-2-3-1, but kind of like how Dyer would sink back and almost play like a back five when he started playing center back. I think the year we didn't lose a game at home, but that's a role I see Skip in. He's not as physically imposing, but he's got this big slab head. The man looks like the Crimson Chin off Fairly Odd Parents. He could be a hard-nosed defender who can play a pass, similar in the vein of how Dyer was when Poch played him in the center of a back five. I mean, it's tough because I want to get him sent out on loan, but I do not like when our players go on loan to English clubs. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't sit right with me every time because they're going to play it like Preston. They're going to play in teams to play a 4-4-2, no creativity, just bump it down the channel. I want to see our players go to different leagues. Like I love Sessegnon. He was
Germany.
He's very decent out in Germany. I like Germany as a league. I think it's the closest thing that fits the Premier League style and pace and physicality of play to the Premier League, as opposed to the Championship where it's just like hard-nosed 30-year-olds named Keith who came out of the Stoke Academy snapping someone's legs in half.
Speaking of snapping legs in half, dude, I just have to throw this one in there. Joao Felix, you're a fucking jackass. Anyways, I just had to throw that in there, bro. Sorry.
He cost Chelsea £1.2 million today because he got 3-match ban.
Yeah. I think it was actually the homie Jacob that posted in one of the group chats. He was like, he's getting paid so much for like these number of games, and now he's out for 3 of them. Like, what a fucking jackass! Sorry, I just had to throw that in there, bro.
What a great stat that
What was the offense today? Or What I
It
didn't
costs
see
like
it.
13 million for the rest of the season, so it's like
Hold on, what were you saying, Brent?
I said what I saw that he got a red. What did he get a red for?
spikes up.
The worst challenge
Yeah.
I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
He already had a yellow. He already had a yellow, right? And they didn't even give him a double yellow. They gave him a straight red. So he's got a 3-match ban now.
Fulham tried to play it out from like midfield. It was in his own half, for God's sake.
I'm
And
pulling it up right now so I can see
He
it.
came in and just cleaned out. I don't even know who it was. It could have been William, but just the worst challenge I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
I played soccer as a kid. I knew how to challenge, not because of me playing football. It was because I played baseball. Like, it's the same form as sliding into a base. This man tried to karate kick a dude straight in half.
I just watched it and I was like, holy shit. Like, yeah.
The dude slid into home base, bro.
Oh, I mean,
Bro, what are you doing?
It was maybe knee high. They're about to show the replay. Oh my God.
Old boy was sliding in there like a 2006 Cubs versus White Sox game in the bottom of the ninth.
Wow.
Jesus. Yeah, so here's the stat right here. Basically, he cost 11 mil for the loan. He's on 300,000 a week for 20 games, and now he's only going to play 17 because that's well, I guess it's going to be 16 now because one already went by. So, yeah, do the math, dude. Like, how much money? Yeah, he just
That's $1.2 million
jackass.
they just missed out on.
What a
plus
jackass.
The additional 600 in wages.
Simeone or whatever you pronounce is probably just laughing right now, just like, wow.
They paid something ridiculous for him. They paid like 150 million euros for that guy.
Wow.
And I have not heard him do anything since the day he signed for them.
He hasn't, bro.
Seen him score a goal.
Everybody out of Portugal thinks it's the next Cristiano Ronaldo. They always think that. It's like, no.
That
He didn't
guy
meet expectations, that's for sure. And it looks like he gets in trouble with, like, he has some sort of like discipline issues too, because Simeone. Yeah.
I mean, that guy, he's nowhere near Ronaldo. He's closer to Ray Romano than he is to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Everybody loves Raymond though, so.
Yo, so that leads me into another like jackass moment. What are your guys' thoughts on Cristiano leaving and going to play in Saudi Arabia? And not only that, they had to cancel that dude's contract in order to get him to be able to play, right?
Their top scorer, like guy who played at the World Cup, scored like I'm pretty sure he played at the World Cup, is Vincent Abubakar.
He did. He's a jackass too.
I heard they ended up keeping him, changing his number to like 77 or something.
Oh no!
No! They had to get rid of him.
They had to get.
There was already a number 7.
They made the guy who had the number 7 shirt.
I know, but I'm saying I heard that was false. That was fake information. That he actually did stay, and they changed his number to like 77 or something.
Right.
That's just what I heard.
He did. Wore 7.
No, Boubacar. No. Boubacar is not. Boubacar don't play for them anymore. He got released for that spot, but the guy who had number 7 did change his number to 77.
Okay.
Yeah. That's some shithousery right there too. And then
obviously doing it for the money because he doesn't even know. Like, I think he called it like South Africa instead of Saudi Arabia. He doesn't even know where he is. Like, he just does it for the money. Like,
yeah, and then
money is really.
I understand why now.
Go ahead, Brent.
That quote from him, which is hilarious too, where he was talking about like I had many offers from many teams in North America, Europe, and like, oh yeah. Like, name one. Would love to just name one that would make any sense, and there isn't one. There's no way.
I'm sure
I think he did. I think
made a shot at it.
I think many teams would love to have Cristiano Ronaldo just for the fact, for people that, or for clubs that just want, the money and they want fans and all that stuff. Like, I'm sure he did get a lot of offers, but he took the one that paid, the most, obviously.
And none of them would have been big money.
Instagram following went up by like 2.3 million over the course of 6 hours.
Yeah.
Now, Al Nassr terminated Vincent Abubakar's contract so that they could register Cristiano Ronaldo because the Saudi Pro League says a club should have a maximum of 8 overseas players, and they would have had 9 if Abubakar stayed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he did good, bro, but he's also a jackass too because he scored that goal in the World Cup, took off his shirt after already having a yellow card, took off his shirt, celebrated, got
red,
sent off, and then I think they called the goal off, and he still got sent off or something like that.
Ooh.
So Yeah, it's crazy how the world goes
VAR
around.
called it off or overturned the ruling. Oh,
Yeah. Hey, you guys. Well, I mean, we'll wrap this up because I got some stuff to handle still. But I'm gonna go around and kind of get like a final thought. If there's anything that, I mean, whatever Tottenham related, football related, grandma related that you want to say, we'll start with Parker. Go ahead, homie.
okay. I want a couple signings. I really want Pedro Porro this month. Another player I kind of want, just because I'm an American, I want Weston McKennie, but I don't see it really happening. It's really, I think the chances are really slim, but I'd love to have Weston McKennie on at the club just because I'm American. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what I think the score is going to be this weekend. Harry Kane is scoring 100%. I honestly think it's going to be a draw. But man, if we do win, like, it'll just be huge to our momentum, and vice versa to there. It'll just be the opposite. It'll just hurt them so much that they could just, like Kyle said, they'll just fall right down after this loss, because it means as much to them as it does to us. Like, they care about it too. I saw an interview with Saka, and he was like, "Do you know what it means to score a North London derby? It feels like it's the best thing ever. It's better than scoring in a World Cup," he said. Like, so if they lose, it could be
Better than.
it could be really detrimental to their confidence. And man, if anybody could do it, dude, I'd love us to fucking just tear them apart and just
Oh, fuck yeah.
make them just
Tell me more, Parker.
tail behind their legs and just all of a sudden just lose all the momentum they've had all season and just end up fifth.
Yeah. What about you, Brent?
I mean, you guys know me. I'm generally not the optimist, but for whatever reason, I have a good vibe about this game, and so I'm going to go with it. I'm not going to try to fight it, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But yeah, I think we're going to win 3-1. I think we're going to get too early, and maybe they pull one back, and then score a garbage goal late to make it 3-1 or something like that. Bringing back the conversation before, I will say my favorite goal ever in a North London derby is Dele Alli's goal, where Harry Kane hit it over the top to him, and then he just one touch off the outside of the right of his boot, like just dipped it over Petr Cech or whatever. I mean, and it was so nonchalant and just like cold-blooded. My favorite.
Dele Alli at his prime.
I'm from Wisconsin. That shit will get me churning butter down there.
Yeah. No, that goal is just so smooth, like you said, just nonchalant,
and almost like no look. It almost like he hit it and he's already running to turn. He's like, "You ain't getting this." So
yeah, he didn't think about it. Like, that was before he thought about everything he did. Now back then he just did it, and it was just like, wow.
I like that one even more than the
Harry Kane
Coco Rabona. Even like that one was obviously another big one from the derby or whatever. But yeah, give me that Dele goal all day. So I don't know. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to see something like that this weekend, and we can all cheer for it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I want to see
optimistic, especially since we're bad in the first half usually.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping.
Well, that's over. That curse is over.
Yeah, no, it's not. We still didn't score in the first half during Crystal Palace. We still
we still scored first, so it don't matter. You're right. I was going with the scoring first.
Dude, they're gonna score first. And we're gonna come back and win. That's what I think.
Before I go to Kyle, since Brent kind of brought this up, I'm gonna ask another question after this. But Parker, what's your favorite North London derby goal?
The Kane mask one, and then probably the one that Brent said.
All right. Well, Kyle, what about you, bro? Anything you want to say? And then, your favorite North London derby goal?
All right. So I think this match is going to turn out kind of how Manchester City away did last year. I think it's going to be a 3-2 game. Now, Leo, I know you've been to our home at Red Lion in Milwaukee. Did you notice how many stains were on the ceiling? It's starting to really look like we are taking on water damage. And that's all from, I would say us, but it's our president, Mort, throwing beer straight into the air. Champagne on the ceiling. There's enough liquid on that ceiling to take us down a bump on the health code. But it's going to be a game in which we're going to, like I said, we're either going to go down 2-0, they're going to go 2-1 up. But I think we claw it back. I think we win this game. And my favorite North London derby goal. I mean, I fucking hate Arsenal so much to the point where I have said the A word more times on this podcast than I have maybe in the last 5 years. I've said it like 3 times already. But my favorite goal against them, it either has to be, I think Eunice Cabral scored an absolute screamer when we won 5-1 against them in the cup. But I think my favorite goal has to be in this past year's NLD when we won 3-0. And it has to be the first goal, the Kane penalty, for the softest shit I have ever seen in my life. I want us to grift and cheat and pinch out a victory because, like, winning by 3 goals is good. It's good to get them, but when there's some bullshit in there that goes our way, it just makes it just makes it so much sweeter. Like seeing, I'll go on Twitter and I'll look at Arsenal fan page and just see them whine and moan and bitch and complain. And that's the kind of stuff that really warms my heart. So that's what I want to say.
Fuck yeah, get it, homie.
You can't forget about Danny Rose's debut.
Oh yeah, what a screamer! Yeah, a couple minutes in.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
And there's also another goal. The guy that used to play for Arsenal and he went to Tottenham and he scored one from like half.
William Gallas?
No, not William Gallas. No. I'm not talking about him. He had like blondish hair, dude. I can't remember his name. He used to play for Arsenal. Can anybody help me? Come on.
I don't know, bro. You're on your own on that one.
David Bentley.
He scored from the halfway, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's the one Parker's saying. Yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about. I think that's the guy. Yeah.
My favorite goal. Well, I guess I'll start with what I expect. I'm gonna go on a little mini rant. I fucking hope to God that So Kyle, you guys over there don't share the pub with other sports, right? Like here, the pub we go to is like, it's Buffalo Bills, and then it's like the Buffalo Sabres. You know what I mean? They all go there to watch the games. And this fucking weekend, the games overlap, right? And so I'm just bummed how a lot of times we get fucking shunned or, I've been having like this thing against where we go for like a while, bro. And like I'm on like this January for Tottenham, like this game is like a breaking point for like this place we go to because apparently it's not cool to punch Chelsea fans. You know what I mean? Like you can't just start drama. You know what I mean? And so like, yeah, so whatever, bro. But I hope that they understand that like this game is as important to Spurs fans as it is the Buffalo game to the Buffalo fans, right? And in the group chat, this dude's like, "Oh, you don't want to, like, be careful with the Buffalo guys. Like they fucking jump through tables for the fun of it." And I'm like, so I'll punch a fucking Arsenal fan for the fun of it, bro. Like you don't fucking know me, you know what I mean? Like, and so I'm hoping
no way
that
the Buffalo Bill fans are more intense than Tottenham fans. No way.
I'll tell you one thing.
Any American sport has nothing on almost every European football club.
There's not one Buffalo Bills fan that's more fucking diehard than me being a Spurs fan. So that's all that matters.
There's not a Buffalo Bills fan that would wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Your guys,
they score a touchdown. They just high five. That's it. They just touchdown. That's it. High five.
But
we're like,
high five in the morning, homie.
We always have to fight. Not fight, but just jostle for space if we have a later kickoff. Like if we get the noon kickoff on a Sunday, we usually got to deal with some Packer fans or some Wisconsin Badger fans. But luckily for me, the season's over for Wisconsin and Green Bay lost. I mean, the last time I was on this podcast, I was watching the Bears take a shit on primetime against somebody. Definitely lost the game, but I
remember that night.
Football, but my boys are winning the Super Bowl in 2 years.
Yeah. Well, and then to wrap shit up, bro, my fucking here, I'm just gonna go here with this with Scott Kane mask goal. Yeah, this is my favorite goal. This is probably my favorite Tottenham goal ever, bro. And it's like not it's not more or less for like the difficulty of the goal because the goal was a fucking a screamer, bro, right? The North
one that
London one with the
That's the one he wrapped around from the tight angle, right? Yeah.
yes. Yeah. I mean, damn near impossible, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's not the difficulty of the goal. What does it for me, bro, is the emotion in Harry Kane's face when he rips off his face mask and just runs to the fucking corner. I think they even all do the fucking Jurgen Klinsmann head dive, you know what I mean? And just like it's just that is what gets it for me, bro. Like that is what literally
It was
fiddles
the
the
last
skittle,
word
bro.
on
You know
the
what I
market
mean?
at White Hart Lane.
Yeah, that's and to me that's what
No.
like North London derbies are about, bro. It's not the goals, bro. It's the fucking passion, homie. It's singing all fucking game long in the pub. You know what I mean? It's fucking hugging everybody when we do score, bro. It's about yelling at the fucking TV when the ref gets the call wrong or when he doesn't blow the whistle or when shit goes wrong. You know, like that's what fucking what to me is what no Buffalo Bills fan could fucking tell me about my passion towards my team. You know what I mean? And that's why that's why I went on that little mini rant because even like when we had the whole beef with the Chelsea fans and like the Arsenal fans that I had to kick out too, bro. Like it's like you don't fucking come into my sanctuary, my place of fucking worship, and fucking try and spit in our fucking face, bro. Because I'm not having that shit. You know what I mean? And so like that to me is what the emotion of this North London derby is, bro. Like, oh, I can't
We
fucking
take it
wait, bro. I
seriously.
can't
They're like
fucking wait.
laughing and smiling and like trying to like make us mad and stuff, and we're like, this is like serious to us. Like this isn't a game or like this isn't a joke.
Yeah,
That's what I
That's
yeah,
what
fuck
pissed me off
that.
the most. I'm like, dude, this is fucking life or death for
It
us.
makes me want to punch a muffin for sure, bro. But
I love
I'm
singing
gonna ask one
Windmill.
more question to kind of lighten the whole mood, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna start with Kyle. Kyle, what's your favorite Dele Alli goal ever?
Dele Alli goal. I thought of one earlier. Just from technique alone, he scored one against Watford. I think it was Watford away, where he was sitting on on a corner of the box and just curled it in beautifully. It looked very similar
I think
to
I know.
that Dimitri Payet free kick goal
I do
against
know which one you're
Crystal
talking about. Yeah,
That's a beautiful goal, but also I love the one at Wembley against Chelsea where he scores and just has a large with the Chelsea fans.
Yeah,
That one always gets me going.
yeah.
was that the
Okay,
header that he
Brent,
did?
what about you?
I mean, there's the one that's he's most famous for is obviously the Palace goal or whatever. I think it was Palace, but I think the one I remember, I don't remember. I can't name the opponent. Dyer hit like a really really long ball over the top that he kind of just 1-2'd, like amazing control
Chelsea.
of it, and then dinked it. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I
Yep.
think it was the Chelsea match, right? Or was that the Man U one where he scored like
Right,
60
it was
seconds in or
Chelsea.
some shit?
When I
He
yeah,
did
Yeah, it
against
was the
West
Chelsea.
Brom,
that's the
too.
one that comes to my mind. So yeah.
For me, it was
Over
like
there, girls.
it was kind of like what Brent said earlier. The whole dink over the chip over the goalkeeper, and just like just fell like perfectly into the goal. That was one of my favorites. And then
Yeah, that's still
and obviously the Crystal Palace one. It just goes, without saying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the Crystal Palace one. But I'm with Brent actually. I like that one, that little one touch, which he actually scored a lot of goals with just that one touch and then hitting it in on the half volley or whatever. But
we can use
well,
somebody with that touch right now.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Kyle, you want to let people know where they could find you at, bro? Is there anything that Milwaukee Spurs has ahead anytime soon, or what's going on over there with you guys? I'm planning on going to visit you, bro, for April 1st.
Hell yeah. April Fool's Day. We're going to make Everton look like fools.
can I come?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Pull up.
Pack your bags, homie.
Dude, I want to come.
Milwaukee Spurs, usually the second half, we're just going to matches. We've been kicking around the idea of doing some merch launches, but I think we're really focused on next year. I've already started on some of the graphic sets for our match day promos. But anybody watching, you can follow us at Milwaukee Spurs on Twitter and Instagram. It's at MKE Spurs. If you want to follow me, the name's right here. It's always Kyle_Whiteley. It's always a pleasure to come on this podcast and hang out with the Mile High boys. So cheers to that. I wish I had a cold snack, but
Me?
My homies got you, homie. I went to Milwaukee and I got everybody drinking cold snacks.
I gotta stick to my local neighborhood beer. If you were to look out this window right here, you'd see the old Pabst Brewery. So I like sticking to my local neighborhood culture.
Nice.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Also, too, if anybody's interested in following the Milwaukee Spurs, I actually linked them in the description down below. Brent, what about you, bro? I mean, we're gonna see you on Sunday. Anything that Colorado Spurs has planned? Because you are I don't know what your position is, but I know you do some stuff internet wise for the Colorado Spurs.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, you can always find me any Saturday or Sunday morning. That no matter what the time the match is, I know that I'm there, you're there, Parker, you're there. So that's where you find me. And yeah, I've been working. I'm pretty much done rebuilding the new website for Colorado Spurs, so we'll be launching that soon. So just got a few T's to cross and I's to dot, and that'll be up. So yeah, that's all I got going on for me. Nothing else to plug.
Cool.
Yeah. Parker, what about you, bro? We gonna start Parker's pitch soon, or
Yeah.
we want to start a new segment or do something?
No, I'm gonna continue that, and I think in 2023, one of my goals is just make more content. So try to do it every week.
Yeah, for sure.
But
same here.
Life happens, gets in the way a little bit, but whatever. I'm gonna try as hard as I
Adulting.
can. As much as
some people don't like to adult, bro. Some do.
Sometimes we just can't help it. We just gotta fucking deal with it.
Yeah. Well, as for me, you guys could catch me here most of the time with Parker. I guess he's on this side. And we're definitely going to go back to the every Thursday streams. We kind of were locking that down before the turn of the year, and now we're going to try and kind of hold it down for our own. But then also too, before we go, I just I'll let these run through. These are all other channels that I encourage anybody that's watching to follow, because they're all part of the community, and there's so many more that I need to add to that, you know what I mean, that I haven't been able to. Real quick, you guys could follow us on Instagram at Mile High Hotspur, and you guys can also follow us on Twitter at Mile High Hotspur. And you guys have been watching Parker and myself for a while now, so we appreciate you. It's always dope to have you guys come on our show. Brent and Kyle, you guys are always more than welcome to hop on. The invitation is always open. Even if I don't send you guys an invitation and you guys feel like tuning, but hit me up, bro, and we can make it happen. You know what I mean? Sometimes I forget. It's always lovely chatting with you guys. Kyle, I love to hit you up every once in a while, bro. See how you're doing. You already know that. Brent, it's dope to be able to go to the pub and to, like I told you, bro, I love talking about Spurs, and you're one dude that I can talk to about Spurs to for a good time, bro. So I appreciate you hopping on the stream with us. As for and I just want to shout out Jess, my little boy. I hope you're doing good. And Parker, bro, it's nice to see you again, back to be streaming. You guys have been watching the Mile High Hotspur. It's too hot to miss. We're gonna try and do another podcast in the week. We'll catch you guys soon.